Welcome to Commodities, and here we're looking at US spot gold on a daily chart, and as you can see we're approaching the 1300, so there's obviously going to be some resistance there or even before we get there as well. In the bigger picture while we're here, what we also don't know is this scenario here is that will the market just move to here and fold from this wave here to complete the wave 5, because we've got wave 3 here. We're looking at possibly an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, but also wave 4 can be over here, and we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 down through here. So it can fail from here, so we need to be a little bit careful. But if we see it climb above here and start to gain support, then we know that would be up for 1, back for 2, 3, 4 and 5. The wave C will be roughly the same length as wave A here. So that's what we need to figure out. Our first priority really has been trading from 1250 to 1300. So let's sort of view that as well. Being long above the 1250 here and looking up towards the 1300. Now there's also two little counts here as well. There's one on our website that really has the this here as a triangle pattern coming into here, and we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terminating here, and we'll see the market work lower from here. The other one is a wave 4 pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, and then moving up from here. So I'm not quite sure about that, but if we just drill in here a little bit further, I'll just see what's happening at 90 here. This looks like a wave 4 here, wave 5 here. It does look corrective here actually, so that's quite good actually on the 15-minute chart. I wonder if I've got it on the 5-minute chart here, just have a look. Well, that's corrective to the upside there, so this is likely to be an A and a B and a C wave coming back down into this sort of area through here, because this is in 3 waves here. That low should be taken out here. But if that 90 there holds support, then you can go long from above that high through there, because this appears to be corrective at this stage here. If you've been long from the 1250, then it's probably a good idea to take profit here, and then if that 1290 becomes support, then move in from that point there and scale in back in through 91, 92 and 93, or at least take this high out here, because, you know, as I mentioned, the market can fail from this high here. Silver, what we're looking for here, we're looking for 5 waves up. Now those 5 waves can be in play as well here, so we'll be expecting some sort of correction here, and I've got this labeled as wave 1 and wave 2 here in case we do have that larger C wave that I've mentioned for wave 4 going up for gold. Otherwise we'd be looking at alternative wave C here ending here and the market moving down, but we wouldn't be shorting from here unless the trend line and the 1972 price point became a retested resistance, and we'll look at the structure and trade from that point there. The copper market as well, there's not a lot I can sort of do or say here, because we understood that it would bounce off a daily trend line at this point here. The move up here appears to be corrective as an A, B and C, but it may only be the A wave and a B wave and a C wave for a larger wave 4, or even a possible triangle across here for wave 4. But while the 320 is support, the midpoint in minor group 1, then we can say that the market is well supported, at least for the short term as well. But if that becomes the retested resistance, and that's a real possibility, because with all these commodities there can be a turning point here, because if that low on the US dollar holds at 80.50, then that can be the turning point for commodities to pull back. The oil market here, we've been looking at on the 1 hour chart, we're counting this as the 3rd wave, and we're looking for the 4th wave, and we're looking for the 5th wave up. Well, that 5th wave may be in place just here, but when I look at the Brent crude here, we've got the nice 3rd wave here, so we still really need to look at this as a 4th wave pulling back through to here. You know, the only other mistake I can look at here is that This is a wave 1, an A and B and a C for wave 2 here. This is 3, 4 and extensions in wave 5 here. But we wouldn't know that until unless the top of wave 1 here was breached as such. So just for the time being, we'll look at wave 4 here being the case. But if you've been trading long, then it's probably a good idea to sort of move out of this. And if these make new highs here, or you see really good intraday support on 100, then you can move in from that point. Okay, for the soybeans. So soybeans, we can look at, we were looking for a high here, and then we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave here. Now, it's quite possible that this A, B, and C that we're looking at is already wrapped up in this little 3-wave price action through here. But it is a little bit small compared to this trend here, because the idea of a wave 2 is to rebalance the trend, the size of this trend out here. And as you can see, it's a little bit small. So we'll just sort of hold on a little bit. But as I mentioned before, it was important to get positions at, at every 10 points above the 1272, basically. So whatever you've done is fine. But we still could get this ABC correction coming in from here in 5 waves here as such, and it may pull back down into here. Just not sure, but let's just see how this sort of pans out. Any new highs above here, of course, and you know that the market is moving up higher, because that is the top of wave 5 of 1. We put a lot of work into working all this out, or all through here. So any new high here, then that wave 3 would be starting from there. And there's some markets making new highs, like I think it was cotton. Not that we look at cotton, but I suppose it can do, but we'll think about that later. But anyway, keep building into this market on new highs. Now, the wheat and corn and orange juice are all in the same sort of boat in one way or another, because they're all working off lows as such. And the wheat market here, I'm just assuming, I know that we've got a reasonable good looking 5 waves here, so I've always assumed that after a correction, which we got, we'd be looking at another 5 to the upside. But that could also be an A and a B and a C, just retesting the the 600 or a bit higher for a larger wave 4. But let's just stay with what we've got here. It's going to be tough. If you've got longs in this market, then you still need to keep them under the 72 here, because even this little move up here will be in 5 waves as well. So this would be due for a correction coming back in 3 before we see further upside here as well. I don't know if I got that in here. Yes, I do. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for this correction here, which we've got, and I can see that we've got little 5 waves here. So that's a positive thing. This is corrective, so we should make a new high above here. This is impulsive here, so we should see, as just mentioned, a little back 50-60%, whatever, and then a move up from here. So our idea was to buy on the 580. If you haven't done it, we'll then do it on the next retest through here. And we'll be looking to add on 600. But this is the last place we can add to here. We don't really want to add at the 90, because we don't know what kind of swings we're going to get, across the 600 here just yet. So we need to give it space as such for that. So and corn is coming off the low as well, so in a way we're doing the same thing as well. So here we've got up for wave 1, back for wave 2. We've been looking at the whole 3rd wave here, and now we're looking at this little ABC here for the 4th wave here. I might have to go back over and check this. No, that seems right. I was just looking at 1 and 2 here for wave 1, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd, the 4th wave, the 5th wave, and then we've got the A, B, and C for the 4th wave here, and then we should move up from this point here. So we'll just stay with that, and we're looking to add on top of the 450, but on top of the 450, this correction here, the size of this, expect one bigger here, at least 60% bigger than this one here, okay? Because as the market grows up in terms of the price ratio, everything is expanding all the time. Okay, the orange juice, once again, is in the same boat. If I can just get to a bigger picture here, this will do for the time being. You know, what we're looking for here is basically try to confirm wave 2 low in here, but that can't be confirmed just yet. You know, while the market's under 150, the medium level, we have to. The bias is bearish. So until it gets up there, then we can't really trade properly. We're only sort of speculating through here. This wave 2 may not be finished yet. As I mentioned, there may be a wave C coming down through here before we see the upside here. I'm just trying to find this other leg. We've got other chart here, which we were looking at. Wasn't that one? Okay, this one here. So far, the important thing here is this move up through here is in 3 waves, okay? It can be up for wave 1, back for wave 2, then up for wave 1 of a smaller degree, building a 3rd wave up, and then coming back again. But, you know, it really can't find the 142, for instance, as a retested resistance. If that's the case, then we know that this is a B wave here, and we'll be looking for the C wave coming down. So in a nutshell, as long as it stays above the 140, the 142, we can assume, and that's all we can do, we can't confirm, that we'll move higher from here. So a bit of a rock and a hard place through there. Okay, that's it really. So look, just to sort of wrap that up a little bit, it's really got to do with the US dollar on the 80.50. If that 80.50 is breached and the US dollar moves down, then these commodities are going to move up. But if that support holds, then we're going to see these markets struggle, and you would need to think of locking in any profits that you've got. So keep an eye on that US dollar and any news affecting those that US dollar as well. All right, thank you.